Welcome to the Loveland Report Lone Ranger Show. I am Cleve, Loveland, Central Florida's best real estate planner, alongside Bruce Woodburn, the Lone Ranger. We've been talking about some listings. We've been talking about the interest rates, DSCR loans. I've got a couple properties here. This would actually be a great investment property. I've got a house with a bonus room out back, 430,000, 2,300 square feet, Bruce.
Nice.
And this is, the other day I had a realtor bringing me an offer on this, and they brought it in 50,000 below list. And I said, we gave them a decent counter offer. The seller's negotiable. And this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home with a bonus room out back and a 1-car garage. Nice lot, rear alleyway entrance, beautiful street. People are knocking down houses, building big custom homes. She brought me a low offer. And I said, this isn't going to work if you can't convince your buyer of the value. All the sales are 800 square feet less.
How much is this house?
430.
Okay.
And so we gave them a good counter offer, and I said, maybe I'll show them other houses that are 2,300 square feet for her offer, which was 380. And she goes, there aren't any. I'm like, exactly. I have a feeling they'll be driving around till Christmas trying to find something, but I got that for 430 in Conway, great school district. The Springs in Altamont, Longwood,
beautiful community,
410,000, 2-bedroom, 2.5-bath townhome, 1,800 square feet. You got 20-foot floor to ceiling windows in this house, Bruce, and it's an end unit at the very end of the street. So you look like you're just perched on a wooded lot, but you don't have to take care of it. So all that's taken care of for you. 2-car garage on that. Nice big master bedroom upstairs. I've got one in Mount Dora on 1.1 acres, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, no HOA, 2,400 square feet, 545,000. Best price in the neighborhood, best price anywhere around for a property on an acre. The house itself has been remodeled, 2,400 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and that's a great buy there. Call me if you want to take a look at any of these, 407-352-8118. We'd be happy to help you look at these.
If you want to get yourself qualified, if you're not going to pay cash for a house, you're going to need a mortgage. So you could go anywhere. You can shop anywhere you want for a mortgage. I tell you what, here's why you should choose the Lone Ranger at Cross Country Mortgage. First of all, I'm a direct lender. I'm in all 50 states. A direct lender means I'm not a mortgage broker shopping your credit all over town like a mortgage broker does. Secondly is, since we're the largest retail lender in the country, we have better interest rates than the average company. Now, you can shop all year round, but here's what I do. We get on the phone, and when it comes to shopping rates, we will literally pull up on a Zoom call together live and look at what my competition's offering for interest rates. Now, we look at legit competition, not the guy that's working out of his garage in Hoboken that's quoting a 2.5% 30-year fixed rate. That's not going to happen. Right now, the average 30-year fixed rate is going for 6.39%. Call it 6.4%. That's the average rate with buy down. Some people paying points, some people not paying as many points. Why are people paying points these days? Because of compression in the market. You want to know about compression in the market? Then go to my YouTube page, Bruce Woodburn, the Lone Ranger, and check out what does compression in the market mean. I will explain that to you. If you're a client, you get all this information. We look at the market together. We design a loan program specifically for you. What's better for you? You've got to know what your options are. And I'm going to tell you something. You go to your bank. I get calls, Cleve, every day. They'll go, oh my God, Bruce, I went to my bank, or I had somebody, my friend referred me to another lender. They didn't give me near as much information as you give me. That's because I want you to be smarter.
And they don't know what to ask.
To be educated. They may not know what to ask, or they may not want to talk about it. I want to talk about it. You have to know what your options are. I want to make this process a great experience for you. And if you've got kids that want to buy, like you're trying to get your adult children or adult grandchildren into a home, get them over to me. Believe me, I will make sure they are well educated and they can make informed decisions, and we programs for them. So there's programs out there, Cleve, can get some down payment assistance.
Yep.
Seminole County doesn't have any. Orange County's got a little bit. They have a program that's up to 7,000 kinds of, a lot of VA loans. I help a lot of veterans throughout the country. FHA loans for people that don't want to put a lot of money down, may not have, okay. Then if you're conventional 100% down for USDA. USDA percent financing, 100% USDA sellers for no money out of.
I was talking about products with one of my clients, and he's like working about how to get the house built, own the land out. What it costs you? You know, build $200K. Like,
Okay.
you already got down.
Yeah, when you build, if you want to build, pre-qualify to buy resale, and they called me last night and said, "Hey, I changed. I got a friend of mine. It's a general contractor that can build me a house for because I'm out got and buy it like that. Good price for the land, 60. So I said, we can make that happen for you. Let's put it together." So now he gets everything he wants, but he doesn't have the money to pay for the $60,000 land up front. And it's not easy to get a land loan.
Yeah.
So I said, that's not a problem. I can combine them all into one transaction and we'll pay the seller off at the closing of the construction loan. It's easy. It's not a complicated process. You've got to have somebody that specializes in that type of transaction. Mortgage brokers cannot do construction perms. They don't have the ability to do anything in-house because there is no house. Everything's done in here, including keeping your mortgage. So when you're out, you want to get a mortgage, call the loan arranger. You're not going to find a better deal, and you're not going to find somebody that cares more about your success. 407-250-9144. That's 407-250-9144, or WeBringYouHome.com. That's me, the Loan Arranger. What you got there, Cleve Loveland?
I want to talk about what's going to happen when these bombs stop dropping. I think they're almost out of targets.
I don't know. I get on the news and I'm like, I was watching earlier this week and it was like they were bombing the UAE and they had already hit them 4 times and had sent 200 bombs. I'm like, where are they getting all these bombs from? Where were they hiding them all?
Yeah, no, I just think gas will settle down. The Straits of Hormuz will open. All this stuff is going to be behind us and things are going to take off. Now the Fed's not going to cut next month, most likely.
They're not going to cut. And the central bank, there was all kinds of shenanigans in the central bank. The Central Bank of Europe came up and dropped their rates by 0.5 point. And we're pressuring Powell to drop his. And then another guy within the central bank comes out and goes, I'm reversing that, and reversed it right out from under him. I don't know how they do that. They operate a little different than we do over here, but they completely reversed it. So at this point, no cut. Powell is telling us now that he's not even going to get out of the office until there's a resolution to one of his chair members that's under investigation for something. I don't know what it is, but he says, I'm not getting out until it's resolved.
We'll stick Tom Homan on him. Can Tom go get him? Can Tom go get him?
Yeah.
All right. These guys, I swear, these bureaucrats, it cracks me up at what's happening in Washington. I haven't had this much fun watching the news since Reagan, since the 80s.
And I seen the Democrats on TV this morning going, oh my God, this president has screwed everything up. Our gas prices are at record highs. Our groceries at record highs. And they got on and they said, wait a minute. If we go back to this date in 2022, when Biden was in office, do you know the gas prices were at $4 and change at that point? And they're like, oh, well, wait a minute. They were at the same price when Biden was in office. And this is only temporary. We had them down to under $3 at one point.
No, I think things will start moving. Inventory has not skyrocketed. Homes are not sitting still. I'm still getting realtors showing property. If you are a realtor, pay the $180 for the app. Bruce, I have people call me saying, I need a code to get in that house because they can't even afford $180. If you can't afford $180 to run your business for a year, for your yearly dues, to access properties you're going to show, please get out of the business, go back to your other career, whatever it was, or find a new career. It just amazes me, Bruce. I'll get them in, but it is just so unprofessional for people to be doing that.
I got transactions right now where I got a buyer who's had to call the listing agent's broker because the listing agent doesn't return phone calls on an offer that they've made. Like they just don't return the call. And I made an offer. Can you at least let me know if your seller is going to accept it? Did you receive the offer? Just zero. Nothing.
Yep.
This is what happens when you hire an incompetent real estate agent. Now, can you imagine if that seller really needs to sell and wants to go buy something else, and yet they don't even know they've got a buyer interested in buying it because their representation doesn't even address the offer?
Here's what we do. We call twice. We email twice. We'll call again. We'll text. If then, here's the sad part, we will try and track down a broker,
That
a
means the
home
real
office.
estate agent's boss.
Try and find them. And the sad thing is sometimes, Bruce, it is the broker.
It is the broker.
They can't
that's
even
the
return a
problem.
phone call.
I know.
And make sure of who you're choosing. You want to choose somebody that's got a team, somebody that works, literally work, Bruce. I'm probably always in my business 7
You and
days a
I
week.
never stop.
Yeah, but people can get a hold of me anytime. My sellers have my phone number. I've never had a seller complain they can't get a hold of me.
No.
They can call the office Monday through Friday. They can call one of my agents. They can call me.
We
literally
do make ourselves accessible.
and I
that's for
want
sure.
them, and it's my job to represent them, whether they're buying or selling, or if it's a landlord. And it's just, it is amazing to me that people don't know that's part of running the business.
You're doing a lot of property management these days. I've talked to several
I've
clients.
got some very happy landlords. They've had their properties for several years. I have very few. I've got, of the properties we manage, about 10% are landlords with multiple properties.
Right.
And the rest are people, that leapfrogged, or back in 08, 09, 2010, couldn't afford to sell, needed to get some money, and they hung in there with it.
Right.
They got it refinanced after a couple of years. The market picked up. They're cash flowing great now. And they've learned about the tax advantages. I go over that with them on how much. I said, talk to your accountant, check your Schedule C, ask them if this is saving you money right now so you're aware. Look at your mortgage statement. Your mortgage is going down X amount of dollars each month. Know that number. Because I have some people that I get probably one call every other month from a landlord going, I'm not making any money. I go, remember, you had to move, and this is the house you've got. Rent is $2,400. Your mortgage payment is $23,000. But how much does your mortgage go down each month? $600. Okay, so you're positive there on paper, and guess what? One of your neighbors is sold for $399.
You're making more money.
Yeah, and so you got to look at those things. You got to know the advantages.
Well, and I think that's where a lot of people just don't get it. You and I've got this client right now that says he wants to buy, but he's the spreadsheet guy, and he's trying to get a bunch of positive cash flow. Unless you're going to do Airbnb or like a multifamily that, you can really get high rents in, it's hard to do. It takes time. It doesn't just happen overnight. Very seldom do we go into a property and go, my mortgage payment's going to be $2,200 and I can get $3,000 a month for this property. That doesn't happen very often. And you and I are experts in this, and we don't even have it on a regular basis.
And let's be clear on this. If you got to put a mortgage on an investment property, that's not the property's fault.
No, it's not.
And that property is still going to appreciate and still pay you X amount of dollars each year.
You're going to have tax.
That's what you're
write-offs.
looking at, and you're going to get some write-offs. So this is what you got to be aware of. But it's going to appreciate. We don't know how much. On average, you can probably say 2 to 3% on average. I think depending on the price range, I think especially if it's a starter home, we're going to go back to 4 or 5% on those properties.
Sure.
And that's going to climb. And then I think you're going to get the cash flow if you each year as you raise rent. I got people that leapfrog from 4 years ago, and that they weren't cash flowing when they moved out, but they are now.
Yeah.
That's
why I'm saying it takes time.
It does take time.
So I got a rental property coming up. I got a tenant moving out the end of May in Daytona. So I'll have a property available, a 3-2 in Daytona. Beautiful property. If you're interested in Daytona rental, give me a call, 407-250-9144, or go to webringyouhome.com. If you're looking to buy, refinance, you want to build, you call the loan arranger. I can help you. Cleve, what's your number?
407-352-8118. When we get back, we'll dive into what's going on in the luxury market.
Yeah. And I want to talk about how sellers can actually win in a buyer's market.